That's a lot of, that's a lot. What do you think, Josh?
I feel like the guitar plus the pedals are everything that I want in music. A little bit doomy, a little folky, lots of like an inappropriate amount of reverb.
That is an inappropriate amount.
That's all I want.
It is kind of like doom folk. Alright, so hello, welcome to this episode about a crazy guitar that's really fun. I'll tell you about, and about these VTR Effects from Brazil. So let's start with the guitar. The guitar is I have the specs here. I'm actually going to try to do it justice, but let's pull up the web page and look at that actually together. That's the wrong one. There we go. So this is a company called Illuminati Guitar Company. I'd buy one for the name. It's really cool. These are aluminum neck guitars, and then they have this body that's lucite, which is a type of polymer. And this thing is really, really cool. So if we look at it here, we have, like I said, the neck, totally aluminum. Let me unstrap it. Let's show it on the top down. So it's really, really, really wild. I'll show it up close like this. So fully aluminum neck, like machined out. And then you have this polymer. Look how crazy that is. Polymer body, stainless steel, like the trimmings, so to speak, are all stainless steel. These are Lawler Imperials, which are some of my favorite pickups. I believe these are standard in this guitar. And this model is called the Orion. And basically, this guitar, they just sent it for me to try months ago. And I'm always too busy, but I haven't gotten to this. And I was like, man, I really want to show this by the end of the year. Things get really crazy here at JHS. So I was like, I got to fit this one in. It's so, so cool. So yeah, you have this polymer body, aluminum, everything. It feels really unique. Like a lot of a guitar is how it feels when you hold it, and then how it resonates to you. But this guitar is the most unique electric guitar I may have played. And I know that might sound like, oh, it's not that crazy. It's just when you hold this, it is wild. Everything about it is thought out differently. I mean, even things like you don't have a neck plate, and even if you were going to remove the neck, you have like these specialized kind of, you know, it's not like a Phillips screw, right? It's like really nice machined things, all the screw, like the inlays, the neck, the way this feels. And we have another aluminum guitar. It's actually always at Nick's house. It's a Telecaster that he plays live all the time. And there's something about these aluminum necks that feels so unique. One great thing about that is they don't warp. So you could take this guitar and you could play it like in the sun and immediately go into a refrigerator and it would be in tune. I don't know where you would ever do that. But yeah, graphite, Graphtec saddles. It's just a very cool guitar. Are there any, you got the locking tuners. Josh, is there like any comments or questions on the guitar? Because really just showing it off is the point here. It's a really beautiful instrument. Try to even show it. I love it when I hit the wrong button. No, it's actually extremely light. I mean, it is an aluminum neck, right? But so it has some weight. It doesn't, it looks really heavy. It looks like a crazy heavy, it looks like somebody took a St. Vincent or something and made like a war machine out of it.
Yeah, someone thought it was a St. Vincent early on.
Yeah, it's super, super cool.
What scale is the neck?
Yeah, the scale on these specs, I'm glad he sent me these. I'm horrible. I'm not the guy you want giving specs for your guitar, but I do have all this. This is a 24 fret, 2775 scale. Aluminum neck, 12-inch radius, Jescar stainless steel frets, Spurzell locking tuners. This nut is brass, like it is fastened in. It's just a really wild, it's a wild instrument. So there's everything on here is like, it would be like if there was, you know, we do the truck commercial, which is like trucks. This is like military grade. This would be that commercial that's like, you want a guitar, but like military grade. This is it. Really cool.
Does it resonate well, even though it's not wood, like a wood body?
Yeah, it does. Like it's crazy. It feels in a positive way bizarre. Like it doesn't. I'm so used to what I'm used to This guitar just feels bizarre. It feels like I haven't played a guitar that feels this way. So, IlluminatiGuitars.com. If you go to this website, there's a link in the description. So click that link and just go through, check out the guitars. And again, we say this all the time, like nobody pays us to say this stuff. We're fans of things. We love to show it. So that's the guitar. And a little bit more about it sonically. Let me kind of show you. I'll put the strap back on. I think this is truly like a guitar you want to play standing up usually. And also I'm a giant. So like, right? I'm a huge person. So this is not a tiny guitar. I would actually say it's the size of like an Explorer. So it has a really great size to it. So let's turn everything off here. And just kind of, I'll demonstrate it. Let's add a little bit. We'll go here. Let's just jump into these pedals. Boki, what are the names? Go through the names of these because you can pronounce things better than me.
Yeah. So we have the Helios Overdrive,
Okay.
the Narciso Delay, and the Kailani Reverb.
Okay. So reverb, delay, and then this is the overdrive. So I'm going to go to this Kailani Reverb. Now, these pedals, I've been trying to do this for a while too. These are so cool. This is like a sweet spot in DSP, in my opinion. There's like the Strymon stuff that's overwhelming to a lot of people. And then there's like things that just don't do enough. Like some of you might be like, oh, like a 3 Series doesn't do enough, or like an EHX is too small or something. This is a really sweet spot. These are made in Brazil, and this crew's amazing. So they're over at VTR Effects.com.br for Brazil, BR. So VTREffects.com.br. They have American distribution, but I just want to demonstrate. So kind of demonstrating everything at once. You got a baritone here. Let me make sure you understand that. This guitar is a baritone. That's probably something I should have said at the beginning. It is tuned B to B. So when you heard the jam, when you heard this, and then I had a part 2, this is the guitar, not a bass. So I played a bass line. That's this guitar. So you have a super interesting situation with these types of instruments. And I've always loved baritones. So that's a B.
Baritone is the best guitar.
Yeah, it is the best guitar. There is nothing better. So if you remove the top string and you had 5 strings, you could essentially see it like standard tuning under that string. There's your G, right? But you get this extra B up here. So like that's just standard tuning here. But you get this low B. So if I play an E minor, it's actually the 6 minor on this or like if I was in G, it's actually a B. So I'm hitting a low B and it's like, rah. So that's what's cool here. So you could play a bass line. Like if I go here and let's delete this whole thing. Let's do another, I'll show you the bass track. So let's start that beat up. I'll just kind of play a bass track for you. Okay, so I just looped a bass line. That means this guitar holds a space between an electric and a bass, and it's super usable. Now, I don't play metal. Most people play metal on these. Fittingly, it has a metal aluminum neck. Bad joke. But see, I laid a bass line down. I can add some verb here. Let's pick out back to VTR. You have Cathedral, Room, Shimmer, room. Yeah, so like, let's do the shimmer. Dial it back. It's super versatile. Let's go to a setting on here called, well, let's do spring. Everyone knows spring. Let's, kind of a classic sound. Yeah, and this spring has the drip. That's important, so. Let's activate this Helios drive. So you get the idea. I mean, this instrument is crazy because I could play doom folk. I could do a funky blues thing. A really good example of the baritone is Ariel Posen. So if you're familiar with him, he plays a lot of slide. He's actually like a singer-songwriter. He falls into blues, but it's tough. A lot of blues feels annoying. He's just like a great songwriter with a lot of blues tendencies, and he uses the baritone. So this instrument is super cool. So Illuminati Guitar Company, they started in 2009, and this is a really cool thing in his note to me. He said, "We have built 1,000 necks and complete guitars at this point with 0 returns." Says that's a mean feat.
Like money? What do you mean by
like no one's said I want to send this
like
back?
No one's sending the guitar.
Yeah. Which that's like really wild for a guitar like this. So yeah, check these out. Their production manager, a guy named James Taylor, not the one that you just thought of. I've seen fire, I've seen it. Not that guy. James Taylor, he actually built 3,000 of the Moog guitars back in the day. So they have a really cool production manager. Anyway, the baritone Orion by Illuminati. It's super cool. So I guess jumping, anything else, Josh? Like anybody saying anything noteworthy?
No, not really. I mean, cool. Yes, but no.
Yeah. This is more, I told Boki, I was like, let's just hang out. I want to show these two things. Let's jump to the pedals and do that. We're also going to give away a box of strings in just a second. Ernie Ball trivia time. So let's look down at these pedals. Again, nothing rocket science here. What I like about these is they hit a sweet spot that's not the crazy like timeline or whatever, you know, the big busy stuff. And it's also not too minimal. So you have bypass, you have presets you can go through, and like tons of great modes. So I'm going to do a little sampler here in the reverb. I'll just start there. And this drive has a bunch of presets. It's really, really cool. Yeah, anything you want to say there?
Yeah, just to note that both the Kailani and the Narciso have 99 presets.
It's insane.
And you can set 10 of those presets in a queue. I mean, I don't know the functionality, but you use the foot switches to go through the 10 that you put in your queue.
Okay. Yeah, let's look down at these and go through. Let's just start with the Kailani. I'm glad you can pronounce that properly. Let's start here. And the spring you heard, it's really wonderful. I like this because I'm demoing a guitar and a pedal. I've never done this. Why have I never done this? I've played different guitars, but I never like treated it like showing both. Interesting. This is a really good pairing. So if you hit this mode, you go into a menu and then you have like all kinds of other stuff, low cut, blah, blah, blah. Different things have different kind of parameters. And this has a sky and a C. So let's turn the decay up in the mix. This is spring. That's the drip. on these baritones, being able to like, you're playing your standard like, and you do the runs, but you actually can go up or down to this really low note.
Does the hole in the headstock affect the way that the guitar sounds, or is it just aesthetic?
I have no idea. I mean, it definitely is going to take away mass. I don't know. Maybe it has something. So with a guitar, if you can do this, it's referred to as like good balance. So I bet if that was full, the headstock would tilt down. If you've ever played a guitar that does this, that removal in the design is like, this is a perfectly balanced guitar. So the headstock does not overweigh the body. But a lot of times you see that and it can be annoying. So that's probably what that is. Yeah. You got something else? You good? Let's look at the next sound here. Hall. So these two kind of sky and sea, they're affecting the mod. So if I go into this on the menu, again, you have those same settings. That is really good hall. This is like space jazz.
Have you heard of the band True Widow?
True Widow? No,
Yeah.
I've never heard of
I'm
them.
sure there's some people in the comments. I feel like this setup, the baritone,
Okay.
these pedals, that is the sound of True Widow. It's like doomy and sad, and it makes me wish I was on a frozen lake in late fall. Like,
Okay.
It's a little scary.
I will listen to it tonight. Let's check out Plate. Oh, that's so good because you have the depth and then like the speed here. Slow down and high depth. Lot of decay. Like seriously. That's your neck pickup. Here's the middle, so both. I'm in stereo, so it sounds way better in stereo. A lot of people made fun of me this
Wow.
year. A lot of people have made fun of me this year because I was like, I don't like stereo, and I'm now only playing in stereo. Here's a Cathedral.
Yes.
I don't know what that beat is. All right, let's keep rolling through this. We got Room. And again, if you just remove the mod, so to speak, you can get normal sounds here. That sounds like a really great room. Let's make it much smaller of a room. Every bass player like cringed when I went. All right, let's go to Shimmer. Brian Eno invented this in the 70s. It's really popular with the kids. You get a high and low octave essentially in the wet path. So if I use a volume pedal and swell in, all rise, you get it. Dive. So dive sounds like Joshua's brain.
Yeah, that's... I'm in love right now. Ugh. It's like being in the deep ocean with a sperm whale. Like if I could if I had bioluminescence, I would just float in the middle of the ocean with like in the wake of the whale. So good.
Yeah. So good, so good, so good, so good. Let's keep going. Lo-fi. So lo-fi, I remember playing this in my house. I sat in my basement playing this so long, like my kids couldn't find me. Like, it adds, yeah, it's so, watch this. Yeah, let me remove that and just do it in its pure form. Oh, that's the thing, because you're blending in the lo-fi here and the resonance. So you pick a resonance. Yeah, it's so cool. Let's keep going. And ephemeral. Shine and mod. Let's see. That just sounds like a really great haul. It's really good. That's probably my favorite sound on it, like from a usable standpoint. Expand. Okay. All right. All right. That's a type of shimmer, but it's like expanding. Get it?
You're so clever.
I also should have not worn a gray hoodie. There's not a lot of contrast here. Just saying.
Maybe it's better that way.
Yeah. All right, so we did that. Let's look at the delay. So on the delay, we have a depth and a feedback. Yeah, so. Bridge pickup. That's tape setting. So a couple things. If you push this in mode, you have like speed, which ties into this charm knob. So speed's internal and charm is like your depth. And then you have tone. You can ping pong through the stereo. So I'm going to go all the way up on that. And it actually like moves through the headphones.
Illuminati's here in the chat.
Cool. Very cool. And then if you want to change your ratio of your tap, so like this is your tap tempo. So if I want to slow it way down, right? So like speed it up. So if I do this, I can hold this button and you can't really, you can see it. It's a little, it's your time signature here. Not your time signature, but your ratio of delay. So that's dotted 8. If I hold it down, you can go through them on the screen. So you get the idea. So there's a hole. Let's add in some charm. Now that speed to me is a little unusable. It's cool, but so I would go into the mode and I would back that speed down to 1. Sorry, now. That's a cool delay. That and I gotta be honest, like, not that I'm not always honest. Yeah, anyway. I don't hear another delay pedal on the market doing this tape sound. I really love this tape sound. Not that easily. I'm sure I could set with mini. That is like locked in. So if I play, tap it in. So I'll lay down a quick bass line really quick. All right, and then I'll just kind of try to max this and put some drive on it. That to me is really freaking magical. It keeps like, it's like the tape is falling off the head. Again, this guitar for ambient folk music, what was it, doom folk?
Doom folk, yeah.
Yeah, this is the guitar for doom folk. All right.
I asked Illuminati about the lucite, the like monomer, polymer, whatever's going on, and they say that it has strong mid-range qualities and helps kill 60 cycle hum, which is cool.
That's super cool. That's really cool. So, tape, overnotes. I mean, that's worth the price of admission. Yeah, I would buy it for this. I'm not even going to touch that setting.
Can you I'm sure most people know, but I found this really helpful during the Sweetwater class you're doing. Just like what is reverb and what is delay?
Yeah. So, this reverb and obviously this delay. So there is the overall, like, there's a reverb and then there's a delay. And what are those? This has tons of different styles, but at the end of the day, a reverb is the sound of a space. So if you were to like be anywhere and clap your hand, the sound will come off your hand and go all around. So if you're in a big train station, it's going to hit all the hard surfaces, the 100-foot ceilings, the tiles, and it's going to not stop. It's going to be like ping pong, all around the room. So it's thousands and thousands of reflections moving back and forth. Now there's different types. So like in this, we had spring We had Hall. Spring is a technology that came from the phone system back in the 30s, and then was used by Hammond organ, and then Leo Fender leased it. Then you have Hall, which is the sound of a hall. Cathedral's a cathedral. You get the idea. Shimmer adds the octaves. And then with delay is not it's not as chaotic. So when you clap in a big room, it goes everywhere. Like imagine lasers, right? Boom. Also think about it's an auditory representation of like a house of mirrors. If you walked into a house of mirrors, you see yourself everywhere. That's reverb. It's reflecting everywhere. So if you're in your bathroom and you clap your hands, or if you're in a living room with tons of furniture and carpet, it sounds totally different because the room has a signature. Now delay is a linear, like measurable one echo at its heart. And that means like if I stand on the edge of a canyon and I go, hello, hello. So the time it took my voice to get to the wall of the canyon and bounce back, that's the time variable. If you move the canyon closer, it's hello, 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 right? So, and then the repeats are if it's bouncing back and forth, but it's one point to another. So reverb is like house of mirrors, and then delay is that singular echo like a canyon. Is that useful?
I think so.
Yeah, sometimes we forget. Not everyone knows what the crap shimmer is. It's really good to look at. Let's look at overnotes. So this is a type of putting an octave. That is so weird. I already like that so much. That's wild. It's changing the note. So, oh, there's an interval control inside here. Yeah, this is so cool. Let me go over. Digital is digital. So digital is going to be like the truest, cleanest replication. Very computer, which is great. So if I go here, if you want to sound like the Edge, you go to digital and you type in the dotted eighth, put that mix up, get it real crispy with like one repeat. Yeah, so that's your classic digital. And then you can add that charm as well. Analog's going to be like Bucket Brigade, a little darker. Yeah. These are really cool. So these pedals, again, go check them out at vtreffects.com.br. If you're in the US, you can just put in VTR Effects into Reverb into Google. They have distribution. So they're from Brazil. This website is not English. So, it might not be the greatest thing for you. And then
I'm going to throw a link to their Instagram, because that's a good way to get around and find stuff for them. For sure. And then just throw in this IlluminatiGuitars.com, and you can check that out as well. Go ahead, Josh. Illuminati, their whole website's in the chat. I'll pin them both here in a second, but a link to the Orion, is that right?
Yeah.
The link to the Orion is in the description of the video.
Yeah. So here's this guitar again.
Oh, VTR's here.
Awesome. Hello, VTR. We love these pedals. Illuminati, we love this guitar. This is like trying to give you it's such a unique guitar. Look at that. And again, if you're just coming in, start this over. I go over the specs of this in detail. So many cool things. Focus is difficult. There we go. Look at that. I mean, this is a masterfully built guitar. Yeah, really cool. These have about a 3 to 6 month lead time if you want one. I imagine that will only get worse as these get more popular. Really beautiful guitar. So yeah, that's it. That's it for us. Thanks for hanging out. Have a wonderful time. You're going to want to be awake on Wednesday of next week. That's all I'm going to tell you. Not that anything's happening.
I don't know that anything special is happening on Wednesday.
No, it's just a Wednesday where something might happen.
Any old Wednesday.
I would probably make sure to eat breakfast like a little early. And
Yeah. Computer. I mean, if something were. I mean, who knows?
Who knows? All right.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks. Bye. Bye.